Soothing your inner child with the help of Ylang Ylang essential oil. My name is Eileen Burns. I'm a coach healer therapist. I am also a qualified aromatherapist, and today I'm going to share some of the benefits of this lovely essential oil, Ylang Ylang. Now, obviously, it's a tiny bottle, but what a tiny bottle can do, we often think, and sometimes we see these little bottles that we just look at it as a small bottle, and often people think of them as just nice scents or something that they can add into the bath to relax them. But Ylang Ylang, just like many aromatherapy oils or essential oils, have a lot of different qualities. And I'm not going to go into all the qualities today because this is just a short video. But what I want to do is talk about why Ylang Ylang oil can actually be a really good oil to help soothe the inner child and soothe the nervous system. Now, I've been using essential oils for about 30 years. And one of the things that essential oils helped me with was it gave me a tool, another practical aid to support my health and well-being. And I used essential oils for lots of things that actually often we would maybe go and use medication for. I, basically began using more plants and nutrition, all sorts of things in nature to support my well-being. But one of the problems that I had was these really strange nightmares. And I couldn't understand what, because the nightmares were something that I was imagining things that I would never ever thought, what I would believe ever want to imagine. I was someone who was always quite very sensitive, very empathic, and quite squeamish. And so I would never watch violent or gory films, but I had these weird nightmares during certain periods I was very ill. And it was actually another friend who suffered some similar challenges that I did, had said to me, mentioned about Ylang Ylang, and I was very relieved when I started to use Ylang Ylang oil, because it didn't just help, it changed those nightmares into actually dreams. And it also made my sleep and my period of relaxation very comforting and very soothing. And it wouldn't be till later on that I would discover also Ylang Ylang was viewed by some as one of the main oils for the inner child. Some people will call it the inner child oil, but for lots of different reasons and in different types of therapy work, we'll maybe look at it differently. Now, Ylang Ylang does soothe the nervous system. It calms the nervous system. It also tends to raise the vibration and the emotions. And if you think about when we're in a state of anxiety or stress or fear or trauma, that comes from, a lower vibration. Everything has a different vibration. And if we think about trauma and triggers that we've had, it's not just about, there is a mixture sometimes of emotions, but it can be related to all different experiences. But the main thing it does is it triggers the nervous system. And it can bring up all sorts of different emotions. And Ylang Ylang, like many essential oils, has quite a high frequency. And it has a kind of frequency that is used to soften the heart, to open the heart. And actually, also Ylang Ylang does have slightly aphrodisiac properties, but it doesn't necessarily work like that for everything. One of the things that I like doing is often combining Ylang Ylang with other essential oils. I don't like, for example, using lavender on its own, but I do combine lavender with Ylang Ylang. I also sometimes use Ylang Ylang with more grounding oils like sandalwood, frankincense. And what that does is that you get the heart opening, you get the relaxation, the soothing, the uplifting energy, right? But you also get something that keeps you grounded. And many empaths and sensors can really struggle with remaining grounded and centered because from a young age, their nervous system is often more finely tuned and the radar is more finely tuned, and they're so used to having that fine tuned it's almost like antennas that they're kind of a wee bit more out there, and they have to ground in. That's sometimes a thing that it's a not just a learning thing, it's like changing an old habit. And sometimes it's just a little bit harder because they tend to pick up a lot of information and small subtleties that other people can't do. So that's one of the things that also can happen when people have a lot of trauma and the nervous system has been really stimulated, and that can happen for a lot of reasons. You know, sometimes you can have physical trauma, like physical injury, that can actually cause harm to someone's nervous system. It can be obviously mental, emotional trauma. It can also be even all sorts of things like sometimes people forget, but like heavy metal poisoning and toxicity, and there's different other things that can make someone else's nervous system more stimulated. Also, anyone, even children that have sensory processing disorders or sensory processing challenges can have a more sensitive nervous system. And, you know, often that's because the mind and the brain is said to work more, because if you think about even the empath and the sensitive, it's the same kind of thing on one level, is that there's something is more highly alert and they find certain things very stimulating or too much, and the brain can kind of struggle. So what you want to do is obviously lift the energy, but have something that's going to be soothing, emotionally soothing on the nervous system, uplifting, but not uplifting to quite a degree. For example, there's some essential oils that are very, and some things, therapeutic things that are very boost the energy. But it's like sometimes breathing techniques and some other types of techniques. Sometimes when you give a client that has a lot going on in the nervous system from trauma or processing or disorders or something else, you give them something that's too stimulating, too uplifting, too quickly, it can actually have it can be too much for the system. So the good thing about Ylang Ylang is it's a high vibration, but it has a gentle way it works. It's soft, it's a soft, and it's very soothing. Right now, there's lots of ways that you can use essential oils. I do have a link in this video to a little mini ebook that I have that can give you some information how to use your essential oils in the most safe and effective way. What I would say, and I don't want to get into this too much, is there is some organisations and companies that sell oils that don't always share the most safest, effective ways. There are also some ambassadors, and there is reasons why essential oil should always be applied in certain ways. And there's a lot of kind of, I would say, not always truth out there. There's some people saying, you know, because the essential oil company is really high grade, that it can be always taken internally or it can be taken applied skin. That's one of the things we never say as aromatherapist at all. And what I think you've got to understand is, and the easiest way to understand it is, we all are different. And it's just like herbs and vitamins and supplements and medication and all sorts of things. We all have different body types. We all have different imbalances. And one of the things that when we think about essential oils, we look at a little bottle of that, we just think it's something small. But what people don't realise is how many plants I've been taken to make such a small, these are highly, highly concentrated. And many essential oils, for example, if they're put directly on the skin, can burn the skin. And some essential oils, for example, should not be taken for certain types of medical conditions like epilepsy, heart conditions. Sometimes things lower the blood pressure, sometimes they raise the blood pressure. There is all sorts of different things. And it's really, really important when you're choosing essential oils that you consider these things. And if someone's trying to sell you essential oils and does not consider these things, please pause. Really, please pause. It's really, really important to remember. You know, there is a lot of companies out there that do have really high grade essential oils. And, you know, I like Neil Yards. There is another company that I do like, but I have stopped pushing and recommending some aspects of the company because of, unfortunately, some of the things that the ambassadors are saying. And unfortunately, I've had clients and students who've went and used essential oils in a certain way and had not very nice side effects. So this is really, really important to remember. So I have included more information to get the safe and effective use of Ylang Ylang, and I'll put the link underneath to a blog that I have. And as I said, information, a little ebook that I have about aromatherapy. Now, the best way to use, as I said, I think I went off on a tangent there, but the best way to use Ylang Ylang, one of the best ways is actually to add it to your bath or add it to a carrier oil, and you can add it like a little roller ball, or people can add it if you get, like, if you buy, like, you know, you can buy sometimes like kind of organic and natural skincare products where like they're base products, and you just add your favorite oils to your skincare. So you can do that. Sometimes you can get nice balms, and you just add your essential oil, and that's a really good way that you can add Ylang Ylang into even your skincare. I used to make up my own roller balls, and basically it's just like a little bottle. It's usually a wee bit thinner, taller, and like a wee roll at the top. And Neil Yards do have some of these kind of aroma roller balls. I don't think they call them that right enough, but they don't have it maybe in the Ylang Ylang, they have it in other things. And basically, these little roller balls, all you needed to do was put your carrier oil. So that could be things like fractioned coconut oil. It could be even things like olive oil, right? It may not be the nicest smell with your Ylang Ylang, but if you're stuck in the house, but things like almond oil, apricot kernel, grapeseed oil, you put that in and then you add a few drops of your lavender. And as I said, you know, it's just getting the dosage right. So I'm just going to give you more information so that you can exactly check and see it. Okay, what for each, what the recommendations, because there is different recommendations for adults and children and things like that. And that's why I would recommend the little ebook that I've got at the bottom. Now, other than adding it to your skin, you know, your skincare, and you know, as a little applying it even to, you can apply it to the chakras, you can apply it to the throat and the temples and the wrists. Obviously, you can add it to your bath. And one of the things, the best way to disperse it, a lot of people usually put maybe oils, and aromatherapists would put oils maybe in milk. I'm allergic to milk and things like that. So I tend just to add mine to my bath, but I make sure that the oils are well dispersed in the bath. Or I add it to a base first, like an oil or something else, an emulsifier, and then put it inside the bath. But you can also, when making up a carrier oil, massage oil to massage into the body, you can also apply it to the feet. If you don't have a bath, you can even add your essential oils into shower gels. But again, I would suggest that you use non-toxic, you know, products. You know, a lot of people are quite naive about how toxic the things that they're using on their skin and their body are, and they don't really think about how that actually enters through their body. They think because it's on the skin that it's not entering the body, and there's lots of products out there that are very, very toxic. So make sure you're picking something that's organic, natural, and maybe lightly scented or non-scented, so that you can add your own one. Sometimes things like, even if it's rose and things like that, are something that's not too strong, then you put your Ylang Ylang. Now, one of the things you can also do is make your own sprays. You can make little, some people use like body sprays, like, I know I'm the edge, I'm not saying I'm moving out the menopause, but I don't have the kind of sweats that a lot of people have. And of my age, I'm nearly 55, but a lot of women who are perimenopause or menopause, if they're having a lot of flushes, sometimes like something in geranium is one of the essential oils that's quite useful for that. You can spray. You can add Ylang Ylang to a spray, and you could also add it, and make it into like a spray for your pillow. Put a drop of Ylang Ylang on a cotton bud or a handkerchief and put it inside your pillow. Now, again, if you're using it for sleep, I would recommend that you actually combine the lavender with the Ylang Ylang. If you want to use Ylang Ylang in meditation, maybe you're not feeling that great and you've got a lot going on. It's also useful for grief and things like that. Maybe depression, low mood, combine it with frankincense or something. Again, you can use it as a spray bottle or make a balm, or put it in a diffuser. These are all really useful ways that can lift your mood. And even using Ylang Ylang in your diffuser throughout your day, if you're doing a lot of inner child work, if you're getting inner child support, inner child help, or you're just trying to be more connected to your inner child, Ylang Ylang is really useful. So I hope you found this video helpful. I will be sharing more videos on some of the uses of essential oils and other things to support your inner child and to support yourself as a healer, coach and therapist. Make sure that you check my links below. I have so many free resources, courses and support for coaches, healers and empaths. Bye-bye for now. Have a wonderful day.